Hi there everybody and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. It is episode 30 of our Facebook Live Pub Quiz Night. Sorry, it's episode 29 even. I'm getting ahead of myself. But we are very excited to bring another pub quiz to you this evening. A little bit later than advertised tonight. A few little technical issues. But I'm delighted to be live for you right now, and we have lots to talk about as always. Tonight we're going to be reminding you of the competition. Everything's in the background here, the prizes that you could win. The draw will be in episode 30, which will be Thursday this coming week. So we're looking forward to that. I'll be talking about how you can enter that competition. And yeah, it's great to see some of you joining already. Thank you so much. We've got some different rounds tonight. We're seeing the debut of a connections round, which I haven't done on the live show before. We've then got good versus evil, another themed question round for you. Lots of fun there. And finally, we'll be doing a favourite of many of yours, which will be Our Survey Says at the end of the evening. And at the end of each quiz night, I always do dish out a picture round as well. That will be shared soon after the video finishes. And if you're watching a repeat of this, you're going to want to skip ahead if you want, maybe 10 minutes or so, while we get everybody in the room ready to start tonight's quiz. If you're watching along live, let me know in the comments, guys. If you're here, if you're watching live, please do let me know. Of course, as always, we want to check what you're drinking tonight. It is a pub quiz night after all. So what are you drinking this evening? Hope you're all doing well. I'm just going to bring up the comments here on my screen here so that now the video's live, I can see what you're all saying, as always, and then I'll be sharing the link out with everybody. Make sure in the build-up to the start of the evening, the build-up to this evening's quiz, what I want you to do is share the video out there. I'm going to be doing the same thing now, as always, so just share it or tag somebody in the comments. That's not something I asked about before. I see some of you doing it from time to time naturally, but while I'm sharing this, if you want to tag somebody in the comments you think might enjoy this quiz, just tag them in the comments and say, hey, have you seen this? And just see what happens. You never know, we might get a new team member in for you in doing so. So let's see how that goes. But I'm just sharing the link out as normal now. Welcome to you all, and it's great to see some of you joining as early as you do. That's why I start early, so we can have a bit of a waffle on, as I say, before we start the quiz. I'm just checking the settings here. Yes, okay, looks like we're good to go. And I'm in the comments now too. So, good evening to Sarah. How are you doing? Hello to James Bailey, Chief Sharer. Thank you for all you do as always. Who else have we got here tonight? Let's have a look. Rachel's here. Alfie just noticed the magic stuff in the window. Has been to a Magic Peter party a few years ago and it was very good. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, my kids have had a couple of Magic Peter parties over the years as well, and he is fantastic. Regular quizzer. If you see Peter in the comments or Jenny, that's them. That's who's provided all of these great prizes. So if you'd like to win them, all you need to do is find that post that I've sent out about it a few days ago and give it a like, and make sure you follow the page, and then you're in the competition. That's it. Be careful though, because some people, if I remember rightly, I think somebody's loved the post rather than liked it. I don't know if that means you just love the post but you don't want to be in the competition or not. So let me know, because I did just ask for people to like it. But anyway, good evening to Chippy. Good evening to Andy. James is drinking Diet Coke, root beer, and snacking on wine gums and sweet chili flavoured peanuts. What a combination. Wow. Jenny says, trying a new team name tonight. Supersonic Sausages. Hi all. I know what that means. Very good. Yes, Magic Peter says thank you. That's lovely. Thanks, Jenny. Freddy's Ficcos are here. Welcome along, guys. Hello to all my Patreons who have been joining as well. Of course, many of you who joined first of all, early doors, ready to go, raring to go, I should say, are some of my lovely Patreons. Thank you so much for supporting everything, and I can't wait to bring you next month's Patreon-only quiz night. You have to be at the Top Fan Plus level or above if you'd like to be at that level. There's something new that I've added to Patreon that they already know about for the top tiers of Patreon level, which I'll be revealing officially on Thursday's quiz, because it hasn't been delivered yet. But it will be tomorrow, and then I'll probably do the reveal on the quiz itself. So that's going to be fun. Most of the patrons already know about that. If you were already on the, well, if you've been on Patreon at all lately, you'll have seen it. But if you were on the Patreon-only quiz night, I talked about it then as well. And it's got something to do with that. Yes, because the merch store is open, and it's something that you can't buy in the merch store. but I'm very excited about it. Okay, let's see who else. Good evening to Tracy. Hello. It's nice to see top fan badges back in the room as well. Facebook have been dishing them out again over the last few days. I haven't had any requests to join the room yet, the top fan only group, so I don't know if we've got any more that need to be added into it, but nonetheless, I'll keep an eye out. Sometimes I have to send the invite out because you don't realise what you need to do when you get that. Stuart's here. Hi from BA Cabin Interior Engineering at Terminal 5. The best two at BA. Oh my goodness. We do have a broad range of people here this evening. The best two at BA. There you go. Good evening to you, Stuart, from BA Cabin Interior Engineering at Terminal 5. Wow, that's fantastic. Hope you enjoyed the quiz, mate. We'll be starting in a couple of minutes' time with our first round of the evening. It's a connections round, okay? So the way a connections round works, I might have to do a reminder of this in a minute, but anyway, I ask 10 questions. The first 9 questions are general knowledge, but the 10th question will ask you what the connection is between all of them, and you get bonus points if you get that question right. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't done one of these on the live shows before. If you've been to my pub quizzes at the King's Head and Bell in Abingdon, where I normally host them, obviously when the pandemic was not around, then you'll know what these rounds are like. They can be particularly tough. But remember, every quiz I do, the rounds change all the time, subjects change all the time. And so, yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you find a particularly round tricky one quiz, it won't be that bad the next quiz, and so on and so forth, because, you know, I've got to keep mixing it up to keep it interesting for everybody, haven't I? Jeff says, evening, bruv. Ed says, good morning, all. Good morning, all. Good morning. Gemma Crew are here. Welcome. Jace is here as well. Good evening to Jace. Rachel says it was my nephew's party, but Alfie ended up doing the balloon thing as my nephew wouldn't do it. That's fine. Donuts are here too. Drinking Copperberg mixed fruit, says Owen. Interesting. Okay. Hola, amigo. Tony from Marbella has arrived. And Tad's here too from Sweden. Junior says, Chris, how do I claim my pizza, please? Half a dozen here. Right, so if you've won a pizza, you just need to contact the pub and tell them, because they know who you are. They're normally watching, and I've already told her. I've told Jordan at the pub that you've won. So if you just get in touch and say you'd like to come and collect your pizza, tell them what else you'd like to order as well. Have a look on the menu. You can have whatever pizza you want off the menu. After the quiz, I will be posting, again, in the Top Fan group, I will be posting pizza post number 5, and the King's Head and Bell will give a free pizza to the winner of that draw, which will then be on Thursday. So that's what that's all about. You get a free pizza from the King's Head and Bell if you're in the Top Fan group. Patreon members get double entry in that as well. Who else have we got here? Hi from the Inquisitors. Welcome, Inquisitors. Nicholas says, good evening all. Let's get quizzical here. Eric from Blackpool Bar Stewards is here, and Team Danger as well. This is good. Numbers are going up. Let's see if we can get... I really would like to get a few more people watching than we did in the last one. Where are we? Sunday today. So yeah, Thursday just gone. It was a quiet one, but then it was particularly hot, wasn't it, last week? Not too bad today. We had some showers, but it wasn't too bad heat-wise. Pandemic at the Disco here. Right, I've got my water on the go because I know I haven't drunk enough of that today, but I'm also on the Heineken. So yeah, I've got a bit of both on the go this evening. Olaf, aloha from Dayton, Ohio. Welcome back, James. Glad you could make it. Let's see, who else have we got coming in then? Let me know in the comments if you haven't said hello yet. Got a few things to talk about this evening. Let me get my list up just before we start the first round then, because we are almost at that point. In fact, we are about at that point. So what have I got on my list to tell you about today? So yes, the merch store is live. That went live on Thursday, and you've got about 5 days left of a 15% discount off of everything. Thank you if you've already bought something. I can't wait to see you tag on social media. If you tag me on social media at BigQuizNightIn, Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, with a picture of you with that stuff, then I'll give you a little quiz in return, which is another little quiz I provide, which is recorded on Limor, which is social audio. 3 random questions on a topic of your choosing. And I do those pretty much daily as each season progresses. Only 2 barking dogs are here so far, Bill says. That's all right. Glad you could make it. Anyway, One Man and His Beer is here. Thank you, Dave. And Lorna's arrived as well. Hello to you, Lorna. Right, 60. We're okay. We're just over 60. Football's on, Chris. June says typical. Flipping football, eh? Not that I haven't even looked at what the fixtures are. But yes, the football's on. That might be why we are around about the 60-ish number. All right, I say then we make a start with the first round, shall we? Let me just bring it up. So, connections round is what we're doing first. I mentioned this a moment ago, but we've got a few more people joining. Mags and Alex have just arrived as well, which is good timing. So in a connections round, you're going to get 10 questions. Each question from 1 to 9 is worth 1 point each, and they're all seemingly random general knowledge. But then if you get question 10 correct, which is what's the connection between those previous 9 answers, then you get 5 bonus points. So there's 16 points to play for. If you're new to this quiz, all you need to do is very relaxed. You just need to write down your answers. Do not put them in the comments. Just keep them. Just seen another comment. Do not put your answers in the comments. You just write them down. Once you've written them down, at the end of a round, I can repeat any questions you need me to. And then after that, I will go through the answers for that round and you mark your own answers, okay? Because we're all a very trusting, relaxed group here. It's just for fun. Once you've done that, you can put your team scores in the comments along with your team name, and we'll commiserate with those who perhaps didn't do so well, and we'll celebrate with everybody that did, and then we'll move on to the next round. It's as simple as that, and we do that for 3 different quiz rounds throughout the evening. So I'm going to share the charity link, which is why one of the reasons we're here, to raise money for charity. Once I've shared that, we'll make a start with the first round. Nominated charity is up here. It's Sophia Community Food Larder. They provide food for vulnerable people across Oxfordshire and Milton Keynes, but also for anybody because it is non-means tested. So they pass on, there's the Just Giving link, they pass on food that has been donated to them directly from manufacturers and sometimes from supermarkets. Loads of great food you get every week, and it's all free during the pandemic. But normally you pay a membership fee, but they're relying off of donations through the pandemic, so we're going to help them out. If you can donate, that would be appreciated. That is the priority. If you're going to give any money towards what I'm doing here, it's to give it to the charity. And it's a different charity on Sundays and Thursdays. We mix it up with 2 different charities local to this area. So yeah, that's that. There's the link out there as well. Keep talking in the comments, guys. Here we go with question number 1 in our first connections round. Which company advertised with the slogan, "The name on the world's finest blade"? Which company advertised with the slogan, "The name on the world's finest blade"? Paranurse was hoping you could give a shout out to my husband, please. 18-year wedding anniversary today. Oh, Anna and Matthew, that's amazing. Congratulations to you both. 18 years, wow. It's gonna be 10 years for my wife and I in September. So yeah, but congratulations to you on 18 years. That's amazing. Well done. Give lots of love, please, give some likes and love hearts in the comments. You know I can't see those because again, the Facebook mobile's rubbish. Good camera quality though, I hope. And the frames I really like making these days. That's been a lot of fun. But yeah, please give lots of emoji love to Anna and to Matthew. Especially as key workers, lots of love for that as well. And that indeed goes out to anybody who's watching who's a key worker. Thank you for what you do. Question number 2, which West Indian spice is a combination of cinnamon, peppercorns, thyme, nutmeg, allspice berries and cayenne pepper? Which West Indian spice is a combination of cinnamon, peppercorns, thyme, nutmeg, allspice berries and cayenne pepper? Which West Indian spice? That's question 2. Oh, Jenny says, fab couple, we love you, Anna and Matt. That's lovely. Yes, do keep using those emoji reactions, the likes, the cares, the love hearts, all those good things, the laughing ones, all those good ones, please, because the more of those that the videos get, the more people they get put in front of, because it counts as engagements, and Facebook videos rely on engagements to determine how popular something is and whether it should be shared wider than we would organically want to share it between us. So that would all really help grow the the viewership of this page, which I would really appreciate. No booze for June. Tonight, first drink for 28 days. Cheers. Fair play. Okay, your next question and question 3. Which Charles Dickens novel was subtitled The Parish Boy's Progress? Which Charles Dickens novel was subtitled The Parish Boy's Progress? That's question number 3. Parish Boy's Progress. Question number 4. Who came to fame as host of the children's TV show called Animal Magic? Who came to fame as host of the children's TV show called Animal Magic? Yeah, I should remind our international viewers that because I am clearly based in the UK, therefore a lot of the questions we can do and sometimes the subjects we do are very UK centric, but I do try and mix it up as best I can, but sometimes the rounds I use just doesn't lend themselves to that. There'll be a mix though in this one, you'll see. I'm sure you'll be fine with some of the other questions. And certainly round number 2 is a good mix, I think, tonight. Question number 5 now. Question 5. What is the alternative name for a screech owl? What is the alternative name for the screech owl? Yes, James is laughing because he knows I'm talking to him. And possibly 1 or 2 other people. But as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, all right? It'd be boring if you got every question right and you just knew it all off by heart. You wouldn't come back. Every day's a school day, hey? All right, your next question then. Question number 6. The red-haired actor named Peter Moran played which regular in Grange Hill? The red-haired actor named Peter Moran played which regular in Grange Hill? That's question 6. Sorry, James. That's another UK one. All right, we got up to 70. That's good. Thank you for watching along, everybody. Stick with us. A lot of fun this evening. Question number 7 now. Question number 7. What nickname is given to the bag that holds a golfer's balls? What name is given to the bag that holds a golfer's balls? One thing I didn't do in building up to this quiz today was look up why exactly it's called this. So perhaps a golfer that's watching could let me know if you are. James says you're killing me. Oh dear. Don't worry. These rounds are notoriously tough, even if you do live in the UK, James. So don't worry. I just thought I'd give this one a try for a change. Question number 8 now. Question 8. What was the name of the organisation founded in London by George Williams that aimed to put Christian principles into practice by developing a healthy body, mind and spirit? This is an overcomplicated way of describing something I guarantee you most of you will know, even you, James. I'm pretty sure. What was the name of the organisation founded in London by George Williams that aimed to put Christian principles into practice by developing a healthy body, mind and spirit? No, Charlotte, I don't think that's right. I do appreciate the amusing guesses in the comments. Just don't put your serious guesses in the comments, please. All right, Question number 9 now. Question number 9. Which movie received 10 Oscar nominations at the 86th Academy Awards in 2014? Which movie received 10 Oscar nominations for the 86th Academy Awards in 2014? It's not many movies receive 10 or more Oscar nominations, so see if you can work that one out for 2014. That is question number 9. And I can do any repeats you want now, because question number 10 is simply asking you what is the connection. So if you've managed to get any answers in this round, then think about what could possibly be connecting those answers as a random theme that links them together somehow. And have a guess, because it's worth 5 extra points if you get question 10 right. What is the connection? Let me know if you need a question repeated now in the comments, please. Charlotte says that was my serious guess. Of course it is. Yeah, round number 2 is going to be good versus evil. So it's TV or films. It's all about TV or films, but there's a connection to good or evil in every question, basically. Okay, number 2 and number 8. Number 2, which West Indian spice is a combination of cinnamon, peppercorns, thyme, nutmeg, allspice, berries, and cayenne pepper? And for Owen, question number 8, what was the name of the organisation founded in London by George Williams that aimed to put Christian principles into practice by developing a healthy body, mind, and spirit? And Nicola's asked for number 1. Anna is asking what you should put your points in. Question 1 as well. Okay, so yes, question number 1 for Nicola and for Charlotte. Which company advertised with the slogan, "The name on the world's finest blade"? Question 6 for Sue. The red-haired actor named Peter Moran played which regular in Grange Hill? Last few seconds if you'd like a repeat, and then I will go into the answers. There's always a slight delay. Question 5. Question 5 for Bill. What is the alternative name for a screech owl? What is the alternative name for a screech owl? And what on earth could be the connection? The link to the answers is we don't know any of them. Oh, Ryan. Okay. Well, let's see if you can work out what the link is as I go through the answers 1 through 9. But yes, 5 was what is the alternative name for a screech owl? Okay. Let's go through the answers then, guys. Put you out of your misery. Question number 1. Which company advertised with the slogan, "The name on the world's finest blade"? That is Wilkinson's sword. Question number 2, the West Indian spice that was a combination of various other ingredients is jerk seasoning. Jerk seasoning. So you've got Wilkinson's sword and jerk seasoning so far. See if you can work it out. Question 3, the Charles Dickens novel subtitled "The Parish Boy's Progress" is Oliver Twist. Okay, so what have we got so far? Sword, jerk, twist. You getting it yet? We think we have the link, but not all the answers. That's fine. You get a bonus. You get 5 points if you get question 10 right, even if you don't get any of the others right. Question number 4. Who came to fame as host of the children's TV show called Animal Magic? It's Johnny Morris. Question 5. What is the alternative name for a screech owl? That's a barn owl. Question 6. The red-haired actor named Peter Moran played which regular in Grange Hill? Pogo Patterson. Question 7. the nickname that's given to a golfer's bag that carries his balls is a shag bag. No, I'm not making it up. Question 8. The organisation, founded in London by George Williams with Christian principles, blah, 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 is the YMCA. The Young Men's Christian Association is what it stands for. June reckons she got the link after the first 3. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, question 8 was the YMCA. And question 9, the movie that received 10 Oscar nominations was American Hustle. And so in your answers, you now have sword, jerk, twist, Morris, barn, pogo, shag, the YMCA, and hustle, because the link is dance styles for 5 points. How did you do? Add up your scores and let me know how you got on in the comments with your team name, please. Owen says they also got the link after 3. See, this is the thing with these quiz rounds. You either do really, really well or you just really don't. You don't have to put your team scores and names in the comments if you don't want to, but it's just for fun, remember. So let's have a laugh. Put your scores in and let's see how well you did. And then we'll move on to the next round of the evening, which is good versus evil. Junior says she's got a poor 9. That's all right. You've still got a pizza to claim for winning last week, haven't you? Never mind. 9 points is okay though. I'm sure people didn't fare as good as well as that anyway. James says I got 4. Donut scored 10. Lorna got 10. One Man and His Beer 11 out of 16. Anna says OMG terrible. Paranurse 6 points. Team Danger 11. Gemma Cruz got 5. Diva's got 5 as well. 14 out of 14 for Pandemic at the Disco. Check you out, guys. Well done. 12 for Back in Black. Mag says, well, us Royals clearly don't know any of these with a score of 4. Oh dear. Yeah, 12 for Back in Black. 2 for Quiztal Maze. Oh no. 10 for Steve and Friends, says George. Doom Radley's only 9. Thunderhorse with 4, peaked. 3 for Cross Atlantic. It's out of 9. Yeah, it's out of 14. It's not out of 16. It's out of 14. I think it must have been a typo. I just read it out of... but it's out of 14 points anyway, yeah. 7 for Team Bath. 2 for Tres Amigos, 10 for Tracy, Devises Duo 12 points, Mark says 11 for the Inquisitors, 12 out of 14 for Back in Black, didn't get jerk or shag. 14 for Freddy's Ficcos, very well done guys. 11 but was right with the connection, excellent June, well done. 7 for Emma. Tonight's topic is scored a mighty 8. Tonight's topic scored a mighty 8. Barking Dog has got a sexy 7. Good effort, guys. Well done. Any more team scores? Neil says, tell me more about the shag dance. I think you can Google that after the show, mate, to be honest. Recap. Barking Dog's got 8 points. On my own, 6. A pile of puke, James says. Oh, dear. Owen says it did help working out the connection early. Yeah. I thought so. Yeah, because then you've got a rough idea what kind of answers we could be looking for. So yes, that does make sense if you get it early. Nicely done. Right, okay. So with that said, let me just share the link again for Sophia Community Food Larder up there. They've been working hard through the pandemic in particular, but they do run all through the year, providing food for people. 7,000 plus boxes. They do of food, so that's 7,000 families every single week that are receiving these. So it's really important that we do what we can to help them. So just give what you can. And if you really like what I do and if you want to support me, then you can do that in many different ways. All the links will be in the description once the video is posted for the charity as well. So you can do this after the show. You don't have to do it right now. But you can be a Patreon if you want to support me monthly. There's loads of different rewards, and depending on what tier, starting at £2 a month, working up, have a look at what tier is right for you. If you want to just give us a tip and you don't want to do a monthly commitment, that's totally fine. You can buy me a coffee or a virtual beer, which is right here. That's a one-off thing whenever you want. You will get a little quiz in return for that as well, for each beer you buy me. Alternatively, the latest thing is the merch store, shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/BigQuizNightIn. Loads of merch with that logo on it. Let me know if there's something on there that you want, or that you've got an idea of something you want, but it's not there, because there's loads of stuff I haven't enabled yet. I've just started small, but you can have it on anything. This website's amazing. June says the shag dance must be a USA thing. Yeah, again, I'm not going to talk about it on the show, and I'm not going to look it up now in case I get something else, because that word does mean something else over here. In fact, it means multiple things over here, I guess. Maybe it does in America too, who knows. 11 for Blackpool bar stewards. Very good. Oh, June says it helped with the owl. Yes, once you get owl, that maybe made it a bit more obvious. But certainly the YMCA, if you work that one out, yeah, you're on to a winner, I'm sure. All right, let's go on to round number 2 then. Good versus evil. So all the questions in this quiz round refer to either good or evil on TV or film. 1 point for each. Other than that theme, it's a general knowledge kind of TV and films round, which you've all done before if you played along with these quizzes previously. Okay, here we go with question number 1 for round number 2. Robin Williams starred in which 2 films with the word good in the title? Robin Williams starred in which 2 films with the word good in the title? 1 point for each. Oh, Owen says it's an up-tempo swing, that kind of dance. Okay. Fair enough. I'd never heard of it until I did this round myself. All right, question number 2 is for another 2 points. I'll come back to Neil's comment in a moment. Which 2 well-known comedy actors co-starred in the film called See No Evil, Hear No Evil? Which 2 well-known comedy actors co-starred in the film called See No Evil, Hear No Evil? 1 point for each. Neil says, just spoke to my partner. She said the shag dance is something to do with me being a 1-minute man. Oh, God. Okay. All right, James, you're feeling a bit better about this round, yeah? Okay, I hope so. Maybe that's a bit of sarcasm, I can't tell. It's hard to tell in the comments. All right, yeah, so question 2 again. Which 2 well-known comedy actors co-starred in the film called See No Evil, Hear No Evil? 1 point for each comedy actor. Okay, question number 3 now. Question number 3 is for a UK TV show. What were the names of the 2 leading characters from The Good Life? What were the names of the 2 leading characters from The Good Life? So, yeah, question 3. Okay, then question number 4. Played on film by Mike Myers, what was Dr. Evil's real name? Played on film by Mike Myers, what was Dr. Evil's real name? Yeah, because he wasn't born Dr. Evil, right? No. Question 5 is for 3 points. Which 3 actors starred as Goodfellas for Martin Scorsese? Which 3 actors starred as Goodfellas for Martin Scorsese? James is going to have a guess on that one, the previous one, I guess. Why not? Why not? Speaking of Goodfellas, I shared one of the little quiz rounds I share on Instagram. Had a kind of photoshopped version of the Goodfellas movie poster with my avatar that in place of one of the characters on it. And I've done that for quite a few different pictures now. So I might bring that back actually. I haven't done one for a while because I've been doing other kinds of quizzes there, but it's good fun doing those kind of quizzes. You should definitely check it out. Follow me on Instagram. It's good fun. Question number 6 now. Question number 6. Which series of horror movies was written and directed by Sam Raimi? Which series of horror movies was written and directed by Sam Raimi? Question number 7. Which film with good in its title earned George Clooney an Oscar nomination? Which film with good in its title earned George Clooney an Oscar nomination? That is question number 7. Okay, question number 8. Which model turned actress was the star of the Resident Evil movies? Which model turned actress was the star of the Resident Evil movies? They had their moments, those films. I mean, they're all right, but they had their moments. It was pretty cool at times. Question number 9 now. Question number 9 is for 3 points. Which 3 Hollywood A-listers co-starred in A Few Good Men? Which 3 Hollywood A-listers co-starred in A Few Good Men? All right, question number 10. Remember, I will repeat questions for you at the end of the round. Just let me know once we get to that point in the comments. Question number 10. Which one of Agatha Christie's detectives solved the mystery of the evil under the sun? Which one of Agatha Christie's detectives solved the mystery of the evil under the sun? Got another 3 points up for grabs for question 11 now. Which 3 actors played the goodies on BBC TV? Which 3 actors played the goodies on BBC TV? All right, question number 12 now. What was the name of the American stunt motorcycle rider who famously jumped across the Grand Canyon? What was the name of the American stunt motorcycle rider who famously jumped across the Grand Canyon? That's question 12 for you now. And then we'll move on to number 13, which will be another 3-pointer. Okay. So for question 13, well, sorry, Gary's just come in there. Steph's from Team Danger has got a question right. How do you know? I haven't done the answers yet. Okay, question 13. Which 3 actors played the good, the bad, and the ugly on film? 1 point for each, as always. Which 3 actors played the good, the bad, and the ugly on film? 1 point for each. That's classic pub quiz trivia. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've asked people that question in the almost 15 years I've been hosting pub quizzes. In fact, more than 15 years. It is more than 15. You don't think he jumped the Grand Canyon, it was a smaller ravine? Okay, well, does that not count as part of it then? At least you know who it is. Question number 14 now. Question 14. Which 1997 TV series starred Robson Green as D.I. Dave Cregan? Which 1997 TV series starred Robson Green as D.I. Dave Cregan? Oh, it was a different canyon, was it? Okay. And in a rocket car? Goodness me. Okay. Well, I don't think... How did I word the question? How was the question worded, I should say? What was the name of the American stunt motorcycle rider who famously... the question doesn't say he jumped across the Grand Canyon on a motorbike. It just says he was a famous American stunt motorcycle rider. He did it on a rocket type thing. Okay. Well, you know who we're talking about. We're close enough. I apologise if it's worded slightly wrong there. I apologise for that. Okay, your last question, question number 15. Which actresses were the stars of the following movies? The Good Girl, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and As Good as It Gets. I'll say that again. Your friend has his stunt toy bike. Oh my goodness, that's cool. Okay, all right, you keep talking about it in the comments. You know who we're talking about. That's the main thing. Question number 15 again. Which actresses were the stars of the following movies? The Good Girl, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and As Good as It Gets. Let me know if you need any questions repeated. Can I repeat numbers 7 and 10? Someone talked through it. How rude. Okay, let me just go back to that for you then. Okay, question 7 then. Which film with good in its title earned George Clooney an Oscar nomination? That was number 7. And then number 10. Which one of Agatha Christie's detectives solved the mystery of the evil under the sun? Sue's asked for number 11. Question 11. Which 3 actors played the goodies on BBC TV? That's 1 point for each. There's 3. Which 3 actors played the goodies on BBC TV? Any more repeats? Do let me know. And I'll go through the answers if that's okay. Okay, 8, 9 and 10 for June. I can do that. That's no problem. I think I've done 10, but we'll start off with 8. So which model for question 8 which model turned actress was the star of the Resident Evil movies? Yes, George, I can do 9. I'm just doing that for June as well, so that's fine. Question number 9. Which 3 Hollywood A-listers co-starred in A Few Good Men? And I'll say question 10 once more anyway, because I haven't had any more repeats come in. So question 10, which one of Agatha Christie's detectives solved the mystery of the evil under the sun? All right, let's go through the answers, I think, because the request for repeats has gone down. So, question number 1 then. Okay, mark your own as we go through this as always. Question 1. Robin Williams starred in which 2 films with the word good in the title? It was Good Morning Vietnam and Good Will Hunting. Oh, David's just asked for 7 to be repeated. All right, be quick with this one then. Question 7 was which film with good in its title earned George Clooney an Oscar nomination? 4 was played on film by Mike Myers. What was Dr. Evil's real name? I'm going to be reading that answer in a moment though, so have a quick guess. Question 2, the answer for question 2 then. Which two well-known comedy actors co-starred in the film called See No Evil, Hear No Evil? For 2 points, it's Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. Question 3, what were the names of the leading characters in The Good Life? They were Tom and Barbara Good. Question 4, played on film by Mike Myers. What was Dr. Evil's real name? It's Dougie Powers. Austin Powers' long-lost brother. Spoiler alert. Dougie Powers. Question 5, which 3 actors starred as Goodfellas in for Martin Scorsese? It's Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta. Question 6, which series of horror movies was written and directed by Sam Raimi? It is the Evil Dead series, starring Bruce Campbell. Question 7, which film with good in its title earned George Clooney an Oscar nomination? It was called Good Night and Good Luck. Question 8, the model turned actress that starred in the Resident Evil movies was Mila Jovovich. Question 9, which 3 Hollywood A-listers co-starred in A Few Good Men? 1 point for each. That is Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, and Jack Nicholson. Question 10, the Agatha Christie detective that solved the evil under the sun was Hercule Poirot. Question 11, which 3 actors played the goodies on BBC TV? It is Bill Oddie, Tim Brooke-Taylor, and Graham Garden. And question 12, the name of the American stunt motorcycle rider, it was Evel Knievel. Question 13, which 3 actors played the good, the bad, and the ugly on film? It was Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, and Eli Wallach. Question 14, Robson Green played D.I. Dave Cregan in the 1997 TV series called Touching Evil. And for question 15, the actresses that starred in The Good Girl, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and As Good as It Gets were Jennifer Aniston, Gina Lee Davis, and Helen Hunt. Of course, 1 point for each. Tally up your scores. Let me know if you need me to repeat any of those, and then we'll go through the team scores, see how well you did, and again we'll celebrate the ones who did well and we'll commiserate the ones that you didn't. But hopefully you found that a little bit easier than the first round of the evening, because connection rounds are normally pretty tough, as I said. So let's see how well you did in that round. And I'll be grabbing myself a beer while you do that, if you don't mind. Keep those scores coming in. Okay. Brilliant. Lots of scores coming in. Let's have a look how you did then. Team Danger, 12 points. Good stuff. Lorna's got 9. Lol. She says. Clint Eastwood, the best actor ever. So cool, Owen says. Yeah, he's very good, isn't he? Although I'll admit I haven't seen as many films of his as I probably should have. But I know he's very good. Dave says, One Man and His Beer, 19 points. Para, Nurse, 13 points. Shocking. Donuts have got 15. Not quite happy with that, are they? 20. Not bad, says Bobby. Absolutely, that's a good score. 12 points for James. Freddy's Ficco's got 20 as well there. 22 for Cell Marketeers. Good score there. Heather says, just me, 17 points. Not bad at all, well done. Not too shabby, 27 for the Inquisitors. Gemma Crew, 19. 24 for Let's Get Quizzical. Looks like Inquisitors are still in the lead on this one. What was number 1? That was Good Morning Vietnam and Good Will Hunting. For Bill, that was. Devisers Duo, 16 points. Tracy, 22. Diva's got 15. Well done, Diva. Kings and Queens got 16 on this round. Not our best. Oh dear. 21 for Supersonic Sausages. Magic. 22 for Blackpool Bar Stewards. Back in Black, 24 out of 28 it is tonight. June's got 12 points. Well done, June. 24 for Tres Amigos. Thunderhorse suck golf ball bags. They got 19 points. This is their words, not mine. 20 out of 20 points for Pandemic at the Disco. Stuart says, I think we will stick to fixing aircraft at PA. Well, the next round's dead easy, so don't worry about that. Stick around, it's going to be fun. What was number one? Bill, I've already said that, mate. Doom Radley's 21. Sorry, I know there's a delay. Doom Radley's 21 points. Well done. 20 for half a dozen. 24 for Quiz Till Maze. Much better. 22 for Team Bath. On my own, 21. Much improved. Well done, James. Six Fingered Freaks, 23 points. Tonight's topic, have already lost to Deviser's Duo for this week. Boo, 13. Oh, 11 for Cross Atlantic. You must watch Gran Torino, Owen says. Yes, have heard about that one. Barking Dogs have got 10 points. Alex Gerling says 17 points. Well done. Any more scores? Don't be shy, let me know. I'm just going to pour out my beer in my beautiful Thunderhorse branded glass. Very kind gift from the Thunderhorse quiz team. And you could now have it on a t-shirt if you wanted, guys, remember, because it's not just my logo I can put on the merch. You can have whatever logo you want on there. Let me know if anybody wants that. It can be a pub quiz team logo, not just my one. No problems there, you just got to let me know. Okay, looks like that's all the scores that have come in, so very well done, guys. A bit easier, I think, that one, wasn't it? There's the link again for the charity, though, for Sophia. As another reminder, important that we support them through this pandemic. They're relying on donations at this time, so all we can do for them, and the more we can do for them, the better. And the same, of course, goes with our Thursday night quizzes too. Tony's happy that they've beaten the Tonight's Topic Is team there in the comments. What beer am I drinking? It's Heineken. Because it's really nice, but there's also an amazing deal on at the local supermarket. So I'd always tend to get those beers in. It's like £9 for 12 cans. It's ridiculous. Best deal out there at the minute for lager, at least. Well, for a strong lager anyway. Premium lager, as they call it. All right, so the next round then, I need to get my little speaker on here for that, because we are going to need some of the old sound effects, because it's time for our Family Fortunes, Family Feud kind of round. Let's just see if that's all working okay. Oh yes, there we go. We're all ready to go. Neil says we would have smashed this together, I'm sure, talking to Dave. Okay. Nice. Okay, so the way this one works, very simple. I'm going to read questions straight off the show, or straight out of the Family Fortunes question collection from their surveys. So I've got the top 5 answers for each question, and you need to work out what you think the top answer was from the survey. 100 people were surveyed, and then we asked them to name the top, or name the first thing that comes to their mind when they're asked a particular question. And then all those survey results are put together, and you have to work out what you think the top answer was from that survey. I've got the 5 answers here that made it to the top 5. If you give me the top answer, then you get yourself 5 points. And then running down through the scores, depending on how popular the answer was in the survey, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point for the least popular answer. If, however, you give me an answer and it's not one of the top 5, it's not there, you get nothing for that question. Okay? Oh, Neil says Heineken's my fave. Yeah, it is lovely, isn't it? Really nice lager. Out of the can, that's my favourite. On tap, Staropramen is my favourite. That's an amazing lager on tap, but it's all right outside of that environment. But yes, it is my favourite when it's on tap. Okay, so speaking of drinking, though, your first question in our Family Fortunes round is name something you drink straight from the bottle. Name something you drink straight from the bottle. Again, don't put your answers in the comments. You need to keep your answers to yourselves, and then you mark your own, just like every other round. Name something you drink straight from the bottle. That's question number 1 for you. Yeah, Neil, it's a deal only on the little mini cans. I mean, they're not mini; they're the normal kind of. They normally get a soft drink in, but £9 for 12 of them. Honestly, mate, it lasts. It's good stuff. But you can get, there is a good deal on the 15 pack of big cans. It's just that we ain't got room around here in the fridge for that. Need a separate beer fridge. Got a family to feed, right? There's plenty to keep me going, don't you worry. Question number 2. Name an actor who has played a vampire on film. Name an actor who has played a vampire on film. That's male or female actor, okay? Let's name an actor. On tap, Kingfisher all the way, Dave says. Yeah, I don't mind Kingfisher. I don't mind Kingfisher. I don't go out of my way for it, but if it was on offer, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. £9 is a great deal, yeah, it really is. For 12 of those cans. That's a shot of beer for me. Yeah, but this is strong stuff, stronger stuff. This is 5%, you know? It's not like the other kind of lagers you can get where it's like 3 or 4%. It's pointless. San Miguel on tap for me. Yeah, San Miguel's good on a summer's day. I must admit. Yeah, I love beers. I love beers that come in their own special glass. You know, and San Miguel's got a really nice glass to it. So yeah, definitely do like that. Kronenberg always used to be my favourite years ago because I love the Kronenberg glass. Question number 3. Name a job teens do to earn money. Name a job that teens do to earn money. That's question 3 for you in our Family Fortunes round. Neil says his partner drinks wine straight out the bottle. That doesn't necessarily mean it would be top in the survey, though. Just remember that when you write down your answer. Oh, Crony, yes. Main reason I remember loving Kronenberg so much because I used to drink it at Pete and Jenny's pub that they used to run back in the day. The old Foxy crew. Used to love Kronenberg then. That's all the times when I would drink that a lot. Teens or teams? I said name a job teens, T-E-E-N-S, do to earn money. James says the best beer I ever had was Hefeweizen in Germany. I bet. Can you tell she's not playing tonight's quiz with me? Yes, we can. Or listening, by the sounds of it. Otherwise, she'd have just heard me reading that out, Neil, I guess. Question number 4 now. Name something people steal from hotel rooms. As if we would. Name something people steal from hotel rooms. Right, question number 5 now. Question 5. Name a Wallace and Gromit adventure. Name a Wallace and Gromit adventure. Nicola, Martin misheard him as teams as well, sorry. I looked at him like an idiot. Looked at him like he was daft when he said football. Oh, Owen says if it's ale, it has to be London Pride. Yeah. Well, yeah. The thing is, when it comes to ales, I wouldn't normally buy one in a pub. I'd always go for a lager. But then I have Beer 52 delivered once a month, and so we're trying lots of different ales now. My taste in beers is gradually expanding, so I know what I like. I don't mind Abingdon Bridge. That's a nice one. In terms of local beers, at least. She can't hear as well. Says Neil. I don't even think I've tried London Pride. Don't think I've tried it. Question number 6 now. Name a type of rice you could buy in the supermarket. Name a type of rice you could buy in a supermarket. By the way, that's my wife walking past. My house hasn't suddenly been broken into, in case you're wondering who's walking out there at the back. Sierra Nevada on draft, Neil says is good. Okay. I haven't tried that one, I don't think either. Question number 7 now. Question 7. Name a long-running kids cartoon series that made it into the movies. Name a long-running kids cartoon series that made it into the movies. Talking of Wallace and Gromit, Farmageddon is a great film. Oh, is that the Shaun the Sheep one? I think we've seen that. Yeah, I'm sure we've seen that one. Okay, your next question, question number 8. Name another word for 0. Name another word for 0. There's a delay on the video, so they saw you walk past here waving, and then I said who it was, and then they say in the comments, "Who's that walking past your window?" I said, "Oh, it's not my wife." And then you just walked in here, and you walked past there again on the screen. It's brilliant. Nicholas says, "Oh, okay." Anna says, "Yes, it's fab." Okay, yeah, I'm sure we've seen it. I have to remind myself of which one that is actually, but I know we've seen a Shaun the Sheep movie. Maybe we've just seen the first one. You should try Hotback Summer Lightning, my favourite of all time. Martin, by the way, not Nicola. Okay. Hotback Summer Lightning. Another one to the list then. Right, so yeah, number 8 was name another word for 0. Question number 9. What is the last thing you remove before going to bed? What is the last thing you remove before going to bed? Just one more question to go, then we'll go through the answers. We're running really early tonight. It's because the connections round's only 10 questions long, so it'll always be a bit quicker, unless I waffle on too much. I'm sure we'll still have a bit of a chat as we go though. Alright, question number 10. The final question. Name a male music artist who had several UK hits after he died. Name a male music artist who had several UK hits after he died. Chances are they also had several hits in America too after they died, but being a UK survey, it has to be worded that way. So name a male music artist who had several UK hits after he died. Right, so with that said, does anybody need any of those repeated before I then go through the answers for this particular one? Remember, before you all go, I will be sharing a pitch around. The handout round, as previously announced to top fans and to Patreons earlier in the day, was a question of sport. So some of them it's going to be a bit tough for our international friends, but you might get some of the points. Just have a look and see what you think. But A Question of Sport is a UK sports quiz show, for those who don't know. So it's kind of inspired by that. You'll see when you look at it if you watched the show before. Number 5 for Gary. Okay, number 5. Name a Wallace and Gromit adventure. Name a Wallace and Gromit adventure. Remember, again, if you're a top fan, then you need to look out for the pizza post. I will be putting that up there soon after the broadcast, and you just need to like that post to tell me that you'd like to be in the draw for this Thursday to win or be with a chance of winning the pizza from the King's Head and Bell takeaway. You can enter it even if you don't live nearby, and if you win it, you can then choose who you want to donate it to. That's fine as well. But yeah, that's only for top fans, and if you're a Patreon member, you get double entry into it, but you still have to like the post every week to be included in the draw every week. Okay, but look out for that. I'll explain and talk a bit more about stuff once I've gone through the answers, I think. No more repeats have come in, now I've said that. Well, question 9, myself, if my partner isn't up for the check dance. Oh, Neil. Okay, hang on, let me just remind myself of that. The last thing you remove before going to bed. You remove... Yeah, okay. All right, Neil. I'm not going to go too much into your comment. I try and keep the show family friendly. Try to. Although, in fairness, it did include that question in the round. But it was perfectly innocent. Question number 1 then. Here's the answers. And I'll say the answers with the least popular answer in the survey first, running up to the top answer. For each question, okay? 1 point for the least popular answer, up to 5 points for the top answer for each question. Okay, so here we go. Question number 1, name something you drink straight from the bottle. We have Alka-Pops, fruit juice, milk, water for 4 points. Milk was 3 points. Water for 4 points. The top answer, our survey said... something you drink out of a bottle is beer. And we were talking about that a lot just before I read out that question, so I'll be amazed if you didn't get 5 points for that one. Question 2, name an actor who has played a vampire on film. We have Brad Pitt for 1 point, Christopher Lee for 2, Kate Beckinsale for 3, Robert Pattinson for 4, if you can call that a vampire, and the top answer, Wesley Snipes for 5 points. When the bars opened up over there, are you still going to do this on a Sunday? Oh, James, I'll tell you about that in a minute, mate. Because I very nearly went down there today. But I need to talk about that, so thank you for putting that back in my mind. Question 3, name a job teens do to earn money. Teens, not teams. We have for 1 point, household chores. 2 points, shop work. 3 points, car cleaning. 4 points, a paper round. And the top answer was... babysitting. Question 4, name something people steal from hotel rooms. We have coffee and tea for 1 point, minibar contents for 2, toiletries for 3, bathrobes for 4 points, and the top answer was towels. Question 5, name a Wallace and Gromit adventure. We have A Matter of Loaf and Death for 1 point, Grand Day Out for 2, The Wrong Trousers for 3, The Curse of the Weir Rabbit for 4, but the top answer is A Close Shave. Question number 6 now. Name a type of rice you can buy in a supermarket. Wild rice for 1 point. Brown rice for 2. Basmati rice for 3 points. Easy cook rice for 4. But the top answer is long grain rice. Question 7, name a long-running kids cartoon series that made it into the movies. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for 1 point, then Scooby-Doo, Transformers for 3, The Flintstones for 4, and the top answer is The Simpsons. Oh, Owen says this shows our age. We went for Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing? Which one? Are you on about the vampire on film one? I mean, Christopher Lee's there, in fairness. That's going back to Hammer Horror, isn't it? Okay, anyway, where are we now? Question 8. Name another word for 0. We have zilch for 1 point, nout for 2, naught for 3, nil for 4. The top answer, nothing. Question number 9. Yeah, Bobby says he was Van Helsing. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought Christopher Lee was the vampire and Dracula, and Peter Cushing was Van Helsing. But yeah, for Top Cat. Oh yeah, Top Cat had a film as well, didn't it? Oh, it's not there. No. Okay. Question number 9. What is the last thing you remove before going to bed? Contact lenses for 1 point. Your teeth for 2 points. Clothes for 3. Makeup for 4. But the top answer is Glasses. Glasses. And question number 10. Name a male music artist who had several UK hits after he died. Yeah, I'll come back with any repeats of answers you want in a moment. For question 10, we have Tupac for 1 point, then Freddie Mercury, John Lennon for 3, Michael Jackson for 4. The top answer is Elvis Presley. Yeah, Gary Oldman wasn't there either, Neil. You're right, yeah. Have you seen that The Simpsons are not going to let white actors play black characters as the Indian shopkeeper is played by a white actor? Yeah, I know. I mean, I haven't watched The Simpsons properly in years. It went really downhill story-wise for me, and I just lost interest in it, unfortunately. To be honest, I think they should just call it a day. Because if you're going to start changing voice actors around, it's going to really confuse the audience, even if you are doing it for the right reasons. If they are the right reasons, I don't know. I don't really want to comment on that kind of stuff. They can do what they want to do, but whatever's the right decision, I'm sure they'll go for it. It's a very difficult position because the actor who plays Cleveland in Family Guy is not going to voice Cleveland anymore either, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm in no position to comment on it. So get your team scores coming in. Team scores in, please, and let's see how well you did. And then we'll talk about James's comment as well in just a moment about the future of the quiz, because I did hint that I would talk about it today on Thursday's show. Anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's get to the team scores. So, how did we do? Freddie, for question number 10, you said UK artist. No, I said UK hits. Name a male music artist who had several UK hits after he died. You don't have to be from the UK to have a UK hit. So, sorry there, Jenny. And I had to repeat an answer for Wrong Trousers for Ryan. Let me do that as well. Wrong Trousers was worth 3 points for question 5. Right, let's have a look then. 35 points for Cell Marketeers. Donuts have got 45. Diva's got 30 points. 37 for Supersonic Sausages. On My Own, 45 points. Team Danger, only 20. Bummer. Poor round for Anna. For us, we got 50 out of 50 last week. A mere 33 today. Freddie's Ficko's 44. Bobby's get 28 points. Doom Radley's 43. 32 for Let's Get Quizzical. 37 for Quiztal Maze. 38 for Heather. Well done. Whoop whoop, she says. Devises Duo 40. Tracy Jobman 35 points. Chloe Cooper 41. 37, Jason says, for Back in Black. Excuse me. Mags says, Kings and Queens got 39. Would have thought Pokemon would have been one for the TV show. Yeah, I guess it depends where the survey was taken and when the survey was taken. Because if the survey wasn't in the last couple of years, maybe... I know there's a lot of animated movies, but it's not always one at the forefront. Maybe it was outside the top 5. We don't know. I've only got the top 5 answers. 43 for Blackpool Bar Stewards. 24 for Thunder Horse. 46, says James. Good score, mate. 36 out of 50 for Tres Amigos. June's got 36. 39 for Half a Dozen. 35 for Lorna. Was last question UK artist? No, not UK artist. Six Fingered Freaks have got 30 points. Well done, Jez. Barking Dogs, 34. 43 for Pandemic Act. Note, no partner playing. Okay, yeah. You did well, Neil. Gemma Crew, 41. 34 for Inquisitors. 37 for Cross Atlantic. Tonight's topic scored 36. Have hung our heads in shame and will now console ourselves with beer, chocolate and kitten cuddles. We'll look out for the picture round. Thank you. You're welcome. Well done. One Man and His Beer, Poultry 30. How did I get stuck on your team? He says. Chippy and Lee, they're having a conversation. 32 for Team Bath. Owen says, I wouldn't have said Ninja Turtles was long running. Well, depends on what generation you grew up in, I guess. I'd have thought of that as one of the answers if I was asked that question. There's been quite a few. There's been what two different versions of the animated show, and it's been repeated a lot and turned into movies. Not actually that many episodes of the Flintstones. It just gets repeated a lot. There's a lot of episodes of Scooby-Doo, But yeah, I guess The Simpsons is a fair shout for the top answer. 29 from the BA boys, back to work now. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. A little bit more chat before we go. If you want to stick around, that's fine. Neil says, Dave, I'm shocked. Think you needed a music round. Yeah, well, I can tell you, we are going to do, all being well, we're going to do a music round on Thursday because it will be episode 30. So I figured I'd do a music round for that little milestone of another 10 episodes in the bag. So yeah, episode 30 on Thursday, I will do a music round. So keep an eye out for that. If you've been watching along recently, you might already know the kind of music round it's going to be, what genre or decade I'm going to be targeting, because I said I would do it next. So I am, and that will be on Thursday for episode 30. So I'm looking forward to that. In terms of the pub though, James, to answer your question, when I go back to the pub, I need to do a test for this, but I will try to live stream the quiz from the pub, at least the question round side of it, so that people who watch on a Thursday and a Sunday and are obviously not in the area can also watch along. As far as I know, both the quizzes are going to be starting at 8 o'clock because under the new rules, the pub isn't going to be allowed to stay open to 11:30. So, or as late as that. So we have to be done by 10:30, which means the Thursday quiz has to start at 8 o'clock. Normally it would start at 9 o'clock, which is why the live shows started that way as well. Sundays was always 8 o'clock because of earlier drinking hours anyway. Thanks to all the new rules coming in with COVID-19 and the lockdown easing, we have to start both quizzes at 8 if we start them at all when they reopen on the 4th of July and beyond that. I'm going to go down there at some point. I was meant to go today, but there was a bit of an emergency and on the pub side of things. For personal reasons, they asked that I don't come down and come back another day. Perfectly fine. But when I do that, I'm going to want top fans to help me out and be available to join a live broadcast from the pub. It will just be at a random time. I can't tell you when it will be yet, but I will give you notice. I thought it was going to be today, which is why I posted about it. But anyway, if you can, all I'm going to be doing is seeing what the connection's like, live streaming from the pub on their Wi-Fi. So if you're in the top fan group, that's what it's going to be at some point. And then we're going to try and live stream the quizzes for the foreseeable. That's my hope. But I will do a weekly online quiz just like this every week, even when I'm back at the pub. So it'll be a different night of the week, but I will do that. And I've got to work out when it'll be. And that also means that the Patreon only quiz night will have to be on a different night of the week as well, because that was the last one was on a Tuesday and that worked out quite nicely. But I think I'm afraid to say, I'm afraid to say it might not work for everybody. We might have to do Tuesday nights as a regular online one, but I definitely want to keep all this going. I've not set up Patreon and the merchandise and the Buy Me a Coffee and all that stuff. I've not set that up to just say goodbye to it once the pubs are open again. And I think we're going to be locked down again soon, to be honest. I think we're going to have a second wave and we'll be locked down again. So you never know. Just keep following the page and we'll go from there. We'll just see. And I will keep you all up to date. You know I will. You know I like to do that. I like to keep everybody up to date with everything that goes on. So I will share very soon the picture round for you all. It's a sport related one, so good luck with it. Hope you like it. And as always, give the picture round quiz round some love. Do engage with those posts as well. Hopefully more of you will get a top fan badge soon as well. There are 3 ways to get a top fan badge at the moment. Well, there might be more than that now. You buy me a coffee in there, on that link there. You get awarded it via Facebook, which I don't get a say in. You just get awarded it for engaging in all my posts. Or you win Play Your Cards Right, which is an occasional competition I do on the page as well. So that's how you get a little quiz. I'm getting mixed up anyway. If you get a top fan badge, then you can join that group. There's lots of different ways you can do it. If you join Patreon, you can be in there too. But yeah, that's about it. Anybody else got any questions you want to know about? Let me know before I shut things down, because we are ridiculously early tonight. Don't forget to like the post about Magic Pizza. Do give it a share. Tag somebody in it as well. If you don't want to enter it, if you didn't have any kids in your family or anything like that might want to win this stuff, there's 3 great groups of prizes here that have been donated to me. That's like £10 to £15 worth each. So we're really grateful for that. I'd love to get more people to get engaged with that post. Just tag somebody in it who you think would like it, or share it with them, because you're bound to know somebody with kids in their lives who could do with something to put a smile on their face. And I'll post it out to them. Mainland UK, I'll pay for delivery, it's no problem. Anywhere else, it might be a bit of an issue. But yeah, that's how it is. Thanks for all the nice comments, and yeah, keep them coming in. Yeah, just if you are in the UK and you are local and you want to come to the pub quiz when it's back there, please make yourself familiar with the new rules of pubs. Do seek them out, because it's not going to be very straightforward for a lot of people to do that. Yeah, it's going to be really tricky. More news on it as it breaks. But I think I'll leave it at that. We'll be back on Thursday, and I've got something very exciting on Thursday to show everybody. And I might tease it before then, but it should be delivered on Monday. So yeah, good times ahead. We'll see. For now though, I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.